Wolfgang Amadeuz. Set in the West. I'm gonna set the record straight. Is the West Coast whack? A Southern woman said West Coast rappers only make dead homies music.
Y'all know I'm from down south, so when I hear like LA music, like what's the deal, West Coast music, it's like y'all just make dead homies ass music. Like, alright, look, let me play a beat. Y'all can hear that shit? Look. Dead homies, 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 dead homies. Like, that's just how it sounded.
The West Coast was never one thing. Now, back in the day, West Coast hip hop was diverse. We go from Disco Daddy to Ice-T. We go from that era to Egyptian Lover. We had Far Side to NWA, from Hieroglyphics to Too Short and everything in between. The problem wasn't that the West Coast only made street music. The problem was that the industry kept rewarding one version of West Coast until outsiders thought it was all we had. Every region has like their pain music. The Southern has the trap pain music. New York has that drill music. Chicago has the drill pain. Detroit has that scam pain and street pain. But when it comes to the West Coast, we talk about loss. Suddenly they call it dead homies music. The issue isn't about talking about dead homies. The issue is when artists inherit the trauma, but not the artistry. Pac could make Brenda Got a Baby, Keep Your Head Up, So Many Tears, Hit 'Em Up. Cube could give you range. Now Snoop, he could be smooth, he could be dangerous, all at the same time. Now this was the balance. Today, many artists have the pain, but not the range. Now, no offense to Blueface. Blueface be running from the beat. Are they carrying the torch for lyricism? No, but definitely for the diversity, definitely for the creativity. So Blueface is dope as hell in his own right, you know what I mean? YG, West Side Traffic, Lefty Gunplay. The new artists didn't study. This is where we went wrong. The new artists didn't study where we went wrong. And right now, to me, there's no balance. We gotta stay creative. What we need platforms to really showcase like MCing, the diversity, the authenticity, and artists that respect and know the culture. West Coast was never one sound. The talent exists. The issue is visibility. The issue is its platforms and what the algorithm rewards. Now this is what we need to do. We just gotta have better media platforms, real freestyle platforms. We need documentary lanes, documentary platforms. We need that live performance space. We need those regional ciphers. We gotta have that artist development, historical education, and we gotta really get podcasters who know the culture and who know the history. The OG to the new generation, like Lonzo's platform, and shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Go check out NWA Not Without Alonzo. We don't need more rappers. We need better rooms. We need better platforms, better gatekeepers, better historians, better curators. We need better curators. We just don't need like a whole bunch of people coming in and crowding the space. The West Coast doesn't have a talent problem. It has a visibility and a curation problem. The West Coast ain't whack. The West Coast is underrated, underdocumented, and sometimes it's too comfortable to repeat the last successful formula, but the talent is here. The history is here. Now the question is, who's gonna build a platform to show it? Right now we got platforms, Adam 22, Vlad. We got all these platforms that are really not, in my opinion, not about building a culture. It's to take away, it's to put certain individuals on a pedestal. And that's why people can run their mouth and say, West Coast rappers is whack. I don't get it. Not all West Coast rappers spit like that. And again, shout out to Schoolboy Q, shout out to Ab Soul, shout out to Coast Contra. Real MCing in the building, you know what I'm saying? Can't forget about Mike and I, Razcast, and all the real OGs from the lyricists. But we also got real West Coast creativity. Our Chicano brothers and sisters, Kid Frost, can't forget about Kid Frost, Nor, Be Real, Cypress Hill, Filipino rap, Asian rap, shout out to my guy Scholar, who's been globally representing the culture, you know what I mean? So outsiders, I don't think they know the diversity because the machine only exports the trauma. A lot of new artists, they'll inherit the image, but not the imagination. You can't claim the coast if you don't know the coast. The West Coast don't need a copy of Atlanta, Detroit, New York, Chicago. The West Coast needs to remember how many sounds it already created. Kendrick is not the exception. Kendrick is proof of what happens when talent, study, concept, and discipline meets opportunity. So we don't need another Dead Homies formula. We need a living culture. Last thing I want to say is don't believe the hype. That's it. Wolfgang Amadeuz, I'ma stay in the building and I'ma keep doing what I'm doing. Y'all on Set in the West, check it out. Appreciate y'all, all right? Peace.